The only thing worse than sneezing is having the hiccups. And speaking of hiccups, we see that a number of businesses and restaurants are actually dealing with just that. This week alone, or perhaps last week, TGI Fridays, well, they filed for bankruptcy. Let's say Applebee's, let's say a number of other restaurants struggling in the casual dining industry as well. So will it continue and will it be fixed? Joining us now to discuss all things surrounding that is business analyst Parag Amin right here on the Live Zone. Parag, truly a pleasure to see you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Great to see you, Guy.
All right, so let's talk about this. In this case, we're talking about one of my, don't tell everybody, but my favorite places to grab, let's say, some chicken wings or some ribs or whatever else I want to eat, French fries, TGI Fridays. In essence, going belly up. What happened here?
So what we see here, guys, a changing landscape where TGI Fridays, unfortunately, just has not kept up with what its consumers want. The reality is it doesn't have the same draw that it used to, and it hasn't reinvented itself, and it hasn't been able to draw in enough customers with the increasing costs overall of running restaurant operations outpacing its overall growth. And I think that's what we're seeing here in this sector for TGI Fridays.
Gosh, you know what, Parag? I think you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, that's a restaurant that I would frequent a lot back in high school, and that was years ago. So to think that, to your point, they have not reinvented themselves, that is so true. What can other restaurants do in order to make sure they don't follow in their footsteps?
First and foremost, make sure that you understand who your customers and clients are. For the first time ever, Guy, the restaurant industry is set to top $1 trillion in the United States in 2024. So there's plenty of opportunity in this sector if people pay attention to what their customers and clients want. Ultimately, it comes down to delivering an exceptional experience that make people want to go there, because casual dining is a destination. People have to choose to go there. People aren't swinging by there because it's convenient to go there in between work and home. People have to want to go there. They have to make the time to go there, and they have to be willing to spend the money to go there. And ultimately, all of that comes down to having an exceptional experience.
Yeah, to your point, you heard me make mention of Applebee's earlier. We also know Pizza Hut having major issues. We also know Red Lobster, which, by the way, I love their biscuits, having issues as well. Doesn't it start at the top? Wouldn't you think that, let's say, those who are at the helm would realize that it's not really working out and then go about to have an about face?
From the outside looking in, Guy, absolutely. It seems as if that should be something that's self-evident. It seems like it's something that they should realize. But I think on the inside looking out, sometimes it becomes difficult for these restaurants and these leaders who have had success in the past to get away from what has been successful previously, and for them to realize and recognize that what consumers and customers want may be a little bit different in terms of an experience, in terms of how they're spending their hard-earned dollars. And that's why I think there has to be a constant vigilance by every company to make sure that they're treating their customers exceptionally so they have an excellent experience and want to come back.
Yeah. Parag, I say this time and time again, I would almost kill to be a fly on the wall in one of their marketing meetings just to hear what's going on. And so with that being said, the other marketing meetings on the other side, the flip side of that coin, are the guys and gals who are getting it right. What are they doing? Is it what you highlighted? Is it really just changing their whole format with regard to their whole business concept?
Well, one example is Yard House has done exceptionally well, year-over-year sales growth, and it has a specific draw. It has a specific demographic. People are coming in to have a great time, have a few beers, watch sports, and time again, you see anytime you go into a Yard House that it's usually pretty busy. And compared to, for example, TGI Fridays, when was the last time that you heard somebody say, I had a great time at TGI Fridays, or I was even at TGI Fridays?
Yeah.
But I'm sure all of us have recently been to either a Yard House or know somebody who has, or a similar establishment where you can have a good time, watch some sports, be there with friends, and it makes it a destination. It makes it so you want to go there. It makes it so you want to be there and have that experience there. And ultimately, I think companies that keep that in mind, restaurants that keep that in mind, will continue to prosper now and into the future.
Yeah, Parag, I keep on thinking back to Pizza Hut. I know I keep on making mention of it, but I remember it as a kid. And when I was a kid, social media didn't happen to be around. Fast forward to now, and that's arguably one of the biggest and best things on the planet. Do these organizations, these businesses, these restaurants need to really focus on that as well?
Absolutely. People are on social media and probably spend more time on social media than TV or any other medium where you can communicate with a potential customer combined, because our phones are always with us. Whenever we have a spare moment, whether we're waiting in line or we're stuck in traffic, we might take a quick peek at our phone, check our social media. So it's an excellent opportunity for companies to stay in front of consumers, to tell them what's new, to tell them and ideally show them why they should be coming in, what the experience is like. It's one of the best tools out there. And for the vast majority of content, it can be free. There is no cost. You don't necessarily have to pay to boost or to advertise. I mean, so those are certainly options. But you can, of course, post organic content. We've seen some companies do exceptionally well using social media and creating viral content that people will continue talking about.
All right, Parag, we'll end with this, and that is, well, the restaurants I made mention of. Obviously, we know that TGI Fridays perhaps will soon go bye-bye. Pizza Hut perhaps will soon also say bye-bye. Applebee's, I can go on and on. Is that a reality? Will they go to the wayside in the near future?
If they don't change, they will. Right now with TGI Fridays, they have declared a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Said differently, it's kind of like a timeout in sports. They're saying, look, we've got creditors who are asking us for money. So the timeout will give them an opportunity to reassess and decide if they're going to make the changes that are necessary for them to win the game. So I think ultimately consumers will see better service. They'll see better establishments, whether it's from TGI Fridays improving its game or other competitors seeing TGI Fridays and learning lessons vicariously through TGI Fridays. But ultimately, I think this sector in the long term will be strong, and we'll just see better players and better experience for customers like us.
Yeah, great commentary yet again by Mr. Parag Amin. Before I say bye-bye to you, sir, I think I agree with you. Yard House, their beer selection, truly one of a kind. I absolutely love it. I would assume and think maybe you do as well, but we'll keep that between you and I. Once again, Mr. Parag Amin, business analyst, joining us right here on the Live Zone. Good to see you, sir. Make it a great weekend.
Likewise, Guy. Thank you. You too.
All right, guys, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.